Howdy, folks. Sorry I got started a little late today. I'm still actually doing my housekeeping here and starting. So let me do what I got to do for a couple of seconds here, and then I'll get to doing what I'm going to do tonight. Let's see here. And copy. And paste. And here we go. Let me just put it on Facebook. Oh, no, I don't want that. Let's see here. Howdy, folks. How's it going? Hey, Dave. Feel free to join in. I sent you a link. Let me see the... put my Facebook thing on... my thing on Facebook here. Goodness gracious. And paste. Let's see if... there we go. Sorry, folks. I was just doing some housekeeping, folks. Yep, survived the weekend, Keith. Yeah, I'm having a blast. In fact, let me share with you my... see if I can... Let's see. Let me share the screen here. Let me get to it. I should have my... There it is. And full screen. There we go. So, oh man, goodness gracious! I always hit the wrong button. Not that button. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, I'll dim it when my family comes around because they don't like to be in the videos. But and also, while I have this screen on, I can't see you guys. So just enjoy the short little fire while it's there. Meanwhile, I am preparing my... I just made some Spindle boxes today and some other stuff. I'm trying to catch up on orders, and I'll be doing that over the next 2 weeks. But I expect anybody that's ordered anything from me will be receiving it within the next couple weeks, because that's about how long it'll take me to get to finish everything. In the meantime, like I said, enjoy the fire. Let me, I will... Let me see here. For a few minutes anyways, because it's about to... sun's about to set. By the way, if you'll notice on the... Let me see if I can zoom in on that. On the right side of the screen, hang on, let me. Right over here, you might notice the dog. Yes, that's my puppy. Well, I call him a puppy. He's 3 or 4 years old. Miniature pincher. There is a little rat in that pile of logs. And for the past 4 or 5 days, that dog has, well, let's just say he's been after him. I mean, he's on this side now, and he'll come on this side in a little while. He just every now and then he'll bark at the rat and stuff. I mean, he's got a good nose. The rat was there yesterday in this pile of logs and firewood. Now it's over here. So, well, just keep an eye out for the. Here, let me shorten this video here. So. That's a beautiful scene by the lake. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'll pop open my phone here so I can at least read the comments. And I will be creating Spindle controllers, the manual Spindle controllers in a little bit. So let's see here. Hey, Marcelo, how's it going? Second. There we go. Let me mute that. All right. All right. And then let's see. Who do we got here? Keith, first question. What is the minimum size wire to the stepper online ordered? Okay. I would say I would go nothing less than 18 gauge. 18 is I would say 20 gauge is bare minimum, but I would not go 20. I'd go 18 gauge or because 18 gauge can handle I believe it's my mind went blank, but all you need to handle is 3 or 4 amps, and so 20 gauge will do it, but I'd rather not if I can get away with it. Saying hello from Niagara Falls. Very nice, Marcelo. One of my dogs will tear the wood pile apart. Yeah, that's exactly what that dog's been doing, and I've been worried about it because he's digging a huge hole from both sides, and we're talking 4-foot logs, and they're about 12-inch to 18-inch diameter. I've been saving those on the right. The ones in the back are the firewood pile. The ones that he's looking through now are my eventual, I'll mill them when I can pile. You know, they're just drying there. And, well, anyway. So I'm looking forward to eventually doing something with that pile, but we'll see. We shall see. Let's see here. And, all right, so let's see what I got here. So my wife and my daughter went out walking all around the property. They usually do a lap around the property, which is somewhere in the half a mile range all the way around, which is a nice little walk, especially up and downhill. Evening, Big D. How are you? Let's see here. Let me look real quick to see if anybody's joined in, because I don't. I can't see anything. Nope, nobody's joined in. Okay, just because I sent some invites, so I just wanted to make sure. William, how's it going? How's everything? Yeah, 18 is good. Yeah, 18 is perfectly fine. I mean, I use 18.4 on all my cables, so well, I use 18 gauge on all my cables, I should say. I just happen to have a lot of 18.4, so I strip them. You know, it's funny because ever since I started building the hobby boxes, I I started ordering cables, by the rolls, but it turns out that it's cheaper for me to order a roll of 18.4 and strip them into individual lengths myself than to order different color spools of cable, and it's a shame because it's a little bit more work, but I'm saving you guys some money, so there is that. Trying to economize as best as possible. So anyway, this is these are the boxes for the spindle manual spindle controllers. I've got a few orders on back order and everything, so I'm seeing if I can get ahead and put a bunch of them together. My brother is coming down from North Carolina in a week or so, so he'll be possibly joining me next Saturday, possibly, and the following Saturday he's going back up. So this is a nice little stopover for him. I hope that he makes it both times because he's never seen the place before. So it'd be real nice if he does. There's the dog. All right, Poochie, go and attack those things. Oh, and I just heard a beep, so someone has joined us. Let's see who that might be. Hello. Oh, there we go. Didn't mean to stop the camera. All righty. And goodness gracious. There we are. Hey, Dave, how's it going?
Howdy, howdy. What are you up to?
Well, just watching the video here. Oh, shoot. Why is it not on mainstream? Okay, hang on a second. It's let me see. Let me quit full screen here. Let me just stop the others. Let's see. Stop. Now that should revert. Well, let me stop it and then start it.
Are you showing your security camera?
Yeah. I'm trying to get it to go to, for some reason or another, it's not jumping to mainstream. It's on substream. So I'm trying to see why. Well, it doesn't matter. My daughter just made it in the shot, so I'm. That's the end of that.
Yeah.
Let's see. They don't like being videotaped, so
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm gonna. Nope, that wasn't my daughter. That was my wife. She's younger than I thought. Nice, even better. So yeah, she's throwing some wood on the fire and all that. But yeah, they value their privacy, and I completely get it.
Absolutely.
So I'm just here taking the tape off these freshly glued boxes for spindle controllers. And other than that, what are you up to?
Not much of anything. I really should be doing something, but I'm not. We had a big rain a while ago, so.
Why does everybody say that? Well, I should say, why does everybody our age say that? I mean, if you're over 40 or maybe even over 50, you shouldn't say, I really should be doing something. Yeah, no. We're at that age where we can do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I suppose.
and not feel guilty. We paid our dues. Now, if you're
Well,
35,
the
if you're
problem is
35,
I
you
was
better be doing something.
the problem is I was doing nothing yesterday and I wasn't finished, so I've been doing
Oh, yeah.
nothing today too.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's the question I always ask when somebody says, when I ask them, "What are you doing?" And they said nothing. Well, how do you know when you're done? Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Um, is all right. So let's see the question here. 18 is good. Yep. Let's see. Supply and demand. Cable used a lot more individual. Yeah, cable is a lot more than individual connectors. So I just gonna have to throw away the sheathing and all that stuff. But such is life. Is there a preferred cable hookup to the hobby box for the X, Y, and A axis cables? Um, I don't understand. Yeah. Yes. The X is green. The yellow is Y. Y for yellow. I always think sea green. So I'm sorry. The Z is green. My bad. I think sea green, Z green, whatever. That's the way I remember it. Yellow and blue. The blue is A. Red is X. I always remember Red X because I think that was a villain or a superhero or something like that. So that's the way I remember it. It was the original setup on the Xylotech box, the original color coding on the Xylotech boxes, and that's why I use it. But the four motors, just so you know, that with the hobby box are wired identically. So just in case. And I apologize again for being a little bit late, 5-10 minutes, because I just got back from. This is the first time I had actually gone out to dinner in. Wow, I'd say even before November. Went to Roadhouse, Texas Roadhouse, had a wonderful sirloin and everything, and yeah, family's here, so I was went out with the family. We had a special evening out.
You went to a Texas Roadhouse?
Yeah, I love Texas Roadhouse.
Man, I haven't
They
had a
don't
steak
they,
in forever.
they don't do peanuts anymore though. Obviously, because of the Corona thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame, but yeah, it's not Texas Roadhouse without stepping on a bunch of shells all over the ground. But it is what it is. Let's see. Um, uh, no, Dan, I do not get out much. I do not get out much. Yes, they do have great ribs. My wife actually ordered the baby back ribs. I had an 8 ounce sirloin. I'm stuffed. I had sirloin, mashed potatoes. I had sautéed mushrooms. You got to have sautéed mushrooms with any steak. That is a must. And I had some corn. Not a, I don't know. Their corn was okay. I finished it all, but I finished it mostly because that thing mom tells you to better clean off your plate because it really wasn't finish
The
worthy.
starving children in
Yeah, the starving children in Indonesia or wherever. Yeah.
yeah, been there, heard that.
Yep. 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 Yep.
I'm the same way. I have this thing where there's no such thing as leftovers here.
Yep.
Everything I put on my plate, I eat,
Yep. Yep.
which is why I'm overweight.
Which is why all of America is overweight.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Well,
All
one
right.
thing is, I don't know about what you think, but the portions that they give people,
Yeah.
uh,
Oh, that's nuts.
instead of just making the price lower, they just, to make people feel like they're getting a deal, they just pile on the food and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why we're all fat.
Yep. I hear you. Let's see here. Okay, interesting.
You got a good crowd here tonight, looks like.
Yep. It's
I see all kinds of people over there.
yeah, nice talkative crowd. I appreciate all the conversation, guys. Let's see, what shall we do now? How many feet do I usually make the
Don't
spindle?
mention ribs, William Maggart, because now you make me hungry. I love ribs.
Oh yeah, ribs are indeed wonderful. Let's see.
I like when they're so soft that you pick them up and they fall off the bone. Oh,
Yep.
that's what I like.
Fall off the bone ribs. Okay, so I'm trying to remember now how long I made the spindle controller, the manual spindle controller cable. Let me see if I have it in my frequently asked questions. I gotta answer my own question sometimes. Let's see. What's in the hobby box? Labor, cooling, peace of mind. 231 connections. Bought the. All right, here we go. What accessories do you have? Manual spindle controller. 15 feet of cable. See, it pays to. So 5, 10, 15. And then some. Because my span is a little bit more than 5. So, okay, where are my cutters? Ah, there we go. Good evening, Bobby. How's it going? Let's see here. Thread the cable.
Javi, I got a question for you.
Yep.
You know, I go back and look at your live streams and stuff because because I sit there and watch YouTube on TV. So a lot of times as I'm flipping through stuff, I see your stuff pop up.
Right.
How close are you getting now to being able to monetize your channel? Because it looks like you're getting some pretty good views on this stuff.
Well, that's a good question. Let me see. I think I'm pretty far away still. I think I'm at 3,000, but I'm hoping I'm at 3,000. I was at 2,600 last time I checked, but
I mean, it's got to be getting closer and closer.
Yeah. Oh, I got a copyright notice the other day. It was funny as heck. I got Switch, YouTube. I'll tell you all about that in a second.
Somebody copying your stuff?
No. Apparently, one of my really old videos. See, I did a thespian play, and they did Aladdin for a thespian play in high school. It was purchased and all that, so it was completely legal. And then I built the set completely, self-designed, so that wasn't it. And I'm going, what could it be? Could it be the use of the word? That doesn't make any sense because Aladdin and the 40 Thieves is a it can't be. It doesn't make any sense. And then they showed me it was a certain 30-second section of some Bumblebee song that I used, fast motion. That I wasn't. Apparently, I just gotten any song, and because now what I do is over the last 2-3 years, I take everything off the free stuff,
the YouTube library.
The YouTube library, but back then I didn't, and that was one of them. And so I just had to mute it. So I'm done. I don't care. You want to copyright strike me? Well, nobody gets to hear your song, and I won't even say what it is. So there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, analytics. Here we go.
30 seconds. Sometimes they go a little overboard on that stuff.
My channel got 3916 views in the last 28 days. That's good. What am I looking for? I am looking for... Oh, Russ Meadows is grocery shopping with the wife. Let's see. I'm looking for watch time. Watch time in the last 365 days is 2.9K. So I'm getting there, but I figured it'd be another, by my calculations, I think it was another 3 months if I continue doing these lives, because the lives are generating a lot of hours for some reason. I mean,
yeah. Well, good.
Yellow. Okay. So yeah, still a ways off. You know, it's a shame, but I just when I was,
if you can get monetized before you start doing the videos of building your house and your new shop and all that, that'll be.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm you know, I'm still shopping around. If YouTube wants to play that game and they're not going to monetize me, what's the point? I mean, what's the point of being on YouTube if you're not monetized? Really, what's the point? There's many other platforms out there. There's FaceTime video, and I've got a lot more friends on FaceTime viewing my... Whenever I post my video, my link for YouTube Live on FaceTime, I get more views. That's because my FaceTime friends are tuning in. And because I've got a lot more connections there. But here's the thing. FaceTime doesn't play well with YouTube. So they place it at the bottom of the list. They don't recommend it, you know. Now, if I was doing a FaceTime video instead of a YouTube video, I'd have a hell of a lot more viewers. But the key is, it's not, I don't care about viewers. I care about the almighty dollar. You know, because really, any platform is good for what I want it for, which is documentation for the future.
Yeah.
And I have my own library at home, so I can even use that. It's not about that. It's about, and I hate to say it's about money, but if I'm going to go through all this effort, then I might as well make it about money. It's that simple. Where is my... There it is. Looking for my 2-wire cable. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the day where I'm monetized. If it ever happens. I'll tell you one thing though, if YouTube decides to up it again, I'm taking all my videos off YouTube and goodbye. And here's Russ.
What's happening, fellas?
Driving back from the groceries, I see.
Well, I'm still parked waiting on the grocery.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yep. I could have stayed home. I should have.
So
what's going on?
Yeah, but you owe her big time for going under the house. And
I do. Well, believe me. Well, I'm paying the price for it. Believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No getting around it.
Yeah. For those of you that missed that reference, he was feeling a little under the weather, so his wife took it upon herself to basically wire up and connect security cameras throughout the house, up in the attic or wherever. And so,
oh, let's don't give her too much credit. By God, she only did one.
Okay, one is.
I did the other 6. I couldn't climb the ladder. I tried. My knee has been killing me. I could not climb that ladder for nothing.
Listen to the poor little. What are you, 80-year-old?
Yeah, she did that one. She took care of that one and went under the house and fed it up to me, and I hooked it up.
She went under the house?
Yeah, she actually had to climb the ladder. This was the last camera we were putting up, and I started up the ladder. I said, "Oh, that's it." After one step, I said, "I'm coming back down," and she said, "I want it up," so I'll get up there and do it. And then she says, she gets all the way up to the top, and she says, "I can't screw it in." I said, well, it'll be there for another day then. She eventually got it in, and then I sort of just hiked the wire in, and we pulled the siding up, and right down under the house she went. Man, the bad part about it is there's only one inlet to where you can get in under the house, and it's all the way in the back of the house. So she had to go all the way around the house, get up underneath, come all the way back to the front of the house and grab the cable and take it back about halfway to go up where we had the pipeline coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she had a lot of walking, and she said her knees are hurting her so bad. I said, welcome to the club, baby.
Yeah. Kudos to Teresa there, because that's when I was wiring up my cameras, I did mine up under the crawl space.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I couldn't even hardly walk for 2 or 3 days after that. I had muscles hurting I didn't even know I had.
I know it. We've got a one of those little giant ladders, 17-footer, and they say when they show these little ladies carrying it in the elevators in the hallways, that's a bunch of bull. That thing like broke my back. It's heavy. It's heavier than they say it is. By God, man, that thing is heavy. And I had to unbreak it. Then I have tree branches in the way. So I'm fighting with that thing, and I'm waiting on her, and I've got it extended as far as it'll go. And I'm trying to set it up against the house, and I'm catching tree limbs. And I find out that she's sitting on the front porch talking on the telephone. I said, oh, man, I wasn't a happy camper then. I'm over here holding this thing. I just know she's right behind me coming. No, and I kept looking, and I'm fighting it. I'm looking at it, and I was like, this is it. I leaned over, and I see her sitting on the front porch in the rocking chair talking on the phone. She said, well, I got a call. And I said, you know me, when you get a call, you tell me to go ahead and stop so I can answer that call and keep my phone with me. It was one of those days, man. But we got it done. We finally got it done. We got one camera for a spare in case one of them goes out.
Yeah. So how many cameras you got operating?
7.
7. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got my whole house is covered now. I got one pointing out to my neighbor's yard, a little old lady. She wanted something to watch her front yard with, so we put one over there. And the rest of them cover all the way around our house now. A couple tree limbs to go, and we'll be in good shape.
Cool.
So what you doing, Big Dave?
Absolutely nothing.
That was my deal today. I was watching grandkids, and man, them kids are wild. You can't do anything with their hair.
I worked earlier today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was showing Javi something earlier. In fact, I put together a little clip. I'm going to show it in the coffee sessions tomorrow morning. But I was laughing my butt off. I'd come in and had lunch and was just relaxing in the chair, watching YouTube videos and stuff on the TV. And I always keep my front door when it's summertime like this, or spring, or whatever it is now. It's almost summer, I guess, the 20th. I keep the front door open, and I have like a full glass storm door.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, wide open with the glass. And Jack always lays right there at the door. He likes to watch, so he can bark it if a cat walks by, or the mailman, anything out there. So anyway, he was sitting there right at the door, like he was, like he always does. And this guy, and I've got all the security camera. I've already edited it. I'm gonna show it tomorrow.
Excellent.
But he pulls up in the cul-de-sac. This young guy, he's a door-to-door salesman. I don't know. I think he was selling pest control services, but I'm not sure. I didn't really even pay much attention. But anyway, he pulls up, and when he comes up, I didn't even know he was out there. But when I went back and looked at the video, I saw that he went to Norma's first, my neighbor over here. I knew he wouldn't be over there long because she can't stand people soliciting she's got a listening sign, and people always walk right past it to her door, and she'll give them what for. Well, anyway, he left and came back over to my house. But what's funny is I hear my doorbell ring, and my 2 dogs, you would think there was something crazy going on out in the front yard. And when I got up and come around the corner, he's got his hand on that door.
The door closed.
Dogs, please don't get out. So I went up, I walked up to the door. I didn't even open the door. I said, what do you want? And he starts talking about stuff. I said, yeah, go on. I said, I'm not interested. And anyway, I sat back down. Then when I got thinking about it, I'm like, I want to go back and check my security cameras to see what his reaction was. So that's when it was pretty funny to me. So I thought, well, I'm going to put a little clip together to show him more. Because I thought it was funny. Nobody else might think it's funny, but I thought it was hilarious. Because it's like he come around that corner, and he's like, his eyes were probably as big as saucers.
Oh, yeah, it was funny.
Now we've lost Russ.
Oh, man, I'm not going to have enough. All right. Oh, my back is on fire today. Let's see. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to my brother coming. Well, I'm looking forward to my brother seeing the property, is what I should say. Because
yeah,
I see my brother.
He hadn't seen it.
No, he hasn't seen it yet.
Wow.
So that's going to be nice.
He'll be impressed, I'm sure.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Was it something I said?
No, it was something my wife was trying to say, and I couldn't handle 2 conversations at once.
Yeah.
She always likes to talk over me anyway when I'm on one of those hangouts. So I said, I'm going to get my revenge and cut her off.
I think,
but, talking about those dogs, as a mailman, they teach us when we have one of those walking routes where you have to walk up to the door, to always put your foot against the bottom of the door. So, dog can't come out.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine did that, and it was not one of those real strong doors. And it had like a screen in the middle of it.
That's exactly what Dave has.
Yeah, he's holding his foot on the bottom of the door so he can't open the door. But naturally, the dog he's raring to go, so he just pokes his head right through that screen. And he's nose to nose with that mailman. He's, oh my God, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
Let's swat that son of a gun, man, and get back.
Can't
Lord,
run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a scary feeling.
All of my windows everywhere. Well, not here because I have the blind, so they can't get to the glass. But like the back door, the front door, and I'm talking the storm doors, and a couple other windows that I keep the blinds pulled up so they can look out. They all have that dog. I call it nose art.
Oh yeah,
all on the thing. So from about here down on the front door, it's all dog. It's all kind of nose art. But yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, I know it. It's funny.
I think
it's funny to you're the one on the other end. Then it ain't that funny.
Yeah,
this is true.
Russ, I'm not sure, but I think Dave Clemens may be asking you a question.
Oh, okay.
And you see you probably can't see him, can you?
Well, I got a chat button down there.
Yeah, I can. What brand did you get? We've been looking for a set.
What is he talking about?
I think he might be talking about security cameras.
Oh, well.
There you go again.
Oh, well.
Not that button.
Well, if you ask Dave or myself, Harbor Freight, and I have some extra cameras that I bought Zosi.
Yeah, ZOSI.
ZOSI. And Russ, not that button. Oh, wait. I thought I let him in. I guess I didn't. Here it is.
I've been known to click the wrong button every now
Not
and then.
that button. That's what me and Javi always say whenever
Yep.
we push ourselves out.
And we do it quite often.
No, I've got Lorex. I got those at Best
Oh,
Buy.
yeah. I've seen
It
those.
It's a set of 4 for just slightly more than a 1 camera was costing at the time we bought them.
Yeah.
And so we thought, well, we'd get 4 and then that'd be enough. But then we got them up and said, well, that's not enough. We want the whole house covered.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we figured we needed 2 more cameras. And so we went over there to look at the price of the cameras, and they said it's just a hair more buying the set of 4 as it was getting 2 just plain cameras, and you get everything.
Yeah.
And stuff. So I said we'll just have a couple of spares. That's what we did.
Yeah, I got.
But they're good cameras. They got the infrared at night and the color in the daytime and such like that. And
Oh, yeah. They have great quality. I mean, the ones Javi and I have, you get 1080p.
Yeah.
I mean, a beautiful picture. In fact, I'm sitting here looking at mine now, and I have 4 cameras pointed outdoors, and they've all changed to the dark night vision.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I still got 1. Let's see. I got 1 that's still, but it's probably because of the fire. But I've got 1 that's.
I take that back. The 2 facing the front are still in daytime mode, but then I have another one that's in it's right above the door that I walk out from the house to the garage.
Mm-hmm.
I have it pointed right at my Gatton CNC, but you can see pretty much the whole garage. And that's how I sit in here and watch my machine when it's running. I'm in here in the AC doing something else and watching that.
I don't trust mine that much. I like to sit out there and watch it. I'll eat a sandwich out there, but I'm gonna be out there watching it.
I have complete confidence in all of my machines.
I just can't do it.
Yeah. I don't really. In fact, what was it that happened the other day? And I heard the noise. Recently.
Is that when your spindle fell off?
No, that was before. Yeah, that was a nightmare. That was. I told you guys about that story. That was I'll tell it again for everybody later, another day. But that was an interesting case. Oh, my last camera just went night mode. I heard pa, and I heard a different noise. You learn to recognize the noise. I know exactly what I'm supposed to hear, and when you hear and then nothing,
that's not good.
That sounds like a bear, man.
Well, so I was making. In fact, let me show you guys what I was making. I'll be right back. Let me. I'm making an ice cream cone. I'll show you right now. Give me a sec.
Well, if it has to make that kind of noise to make an ice cream cone, I'm not sure I want it. Oh, and that's an ice cream cone. Look at there.
All right. So this is what I made. It's an ice cream cone with a lemon. Let me put it this way. It doesn't matter which way I put it. Whatever. Let's do it this way. It's an ice cream cone with a orange slice in it. Mm-hmm. There's a new store. Sounds somewhere in Central Florida. I forgot the city, but it's an ice cream shop, and it's called a Slice of Orange Ice Cream Shop. So basically, I made this for them. Now, when it got to this section here, Now I told him, look, I only had like 5-6 hours to put this together because it was last minute. So I told him, listen, the only thing I got is plywood right now. So I gave him a price on, and all I did was laminate 2 sheets of plywood together. So the glue wasn't fully dry on this section, and this section basically popped off. This part, as it was cutting, the thing ripped off. I had to take a chisel. It doesn't matter. It's going to be painted, and then I made this piece separately and just glued it on there. So I removed the 1/2-inch piece of plywood, and on the rest of it, I didn't go the full 1/2 inch because I knew it would pop off some more pieces.
Right.
If the glue wasn't dry. So I went 0.4. And that's all it is. I mean, they're going to paint it. They're going to paint this orange. They're going to paint the ice cream cone brown and the rest of the stuff, whatever color. But anyway, so that was that. And I heard that noise. And as soon as I heard that noise, I go, oh, boy, that's not good. I'm glad it wasn't that bad. I mean, I'm glad it was just a little section. And again, this is a temporary sign for their opening. I'm going to make the final one out of cypress and all that. But right now, they're just looking for something to get by. So, get by they shall.
And where are they located? Where you in Central Florida? Where you're at now?
Right. So so the thing was.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is, let me guess. You got that job because you were in there buying ice cream.
No. that would make normally that would make sense, but
I'm trying to think, how did you run across getting a job like that? You was probably in there talking to him and eating ice cream.
My cousin's a jeweler, and it's and they asked my cousin about his signs, which oddly enough are cut vinyl signs. They're not wood signs, but he referred them to me, and I said, well, I don't normally do that kind of stuff, but you're a friend of my cousin, so yeah, no problem. I'll do that for you. I can knock it out for you, and I did. It was just a quick, like I said, it was something really fast and really, last spur of the moment type of thing. Okay, I just had it here in front of me. This is not the one I want. I want the other one. I hate it when I misplace stuff. I have another one of these bits that's just a little smaller.
It's the same place where that 10 millimeter is.
Yeah.
Look there.
Yeah, that's exactly where it is. Why, you were absolutely right. Oh, well, doesn't matter. I found this one, so this is just as good. How many times has that happened to me? I'm looking for. How many times has it happened to you? You're looking for something specifically, like a set of car keys or something, and you find 5 other things that you've been looking for a longest time, but you don't need any of them right away.
Not at that point. Yep. Well, I found my 10 millimeter socket that I had been looking for weeks. I found it on the end of the ratchet that it was stuck to, that I didn't know I was missing. I didn't know I was missing the ratchet, by God. But I found it. Well, there it is. Look at that. I didn't even know I was missing it.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to put this down, and I'm hoping it rolls to wherever the other one was. Nope. Because usually you put something down, and if you don't pay attention, you'll lose it also. Mm-hmm. And now you'll have 2 lost things. I go, damn it, where did I put the?
And with all the,
they're all together. They're all together planning a coup.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that if you're standing at like say you're standing at your CNC, and it's like a 4x4 bed or something, if you drop a nut or something, it will bounce to the very center of underneath the table. It's going to get as far away as it can get.
Right
I
when you
believe,
can't reach
I
it.
believe that
You
is
can't
correct.
No.
Yeah. That's when I bring out my magnet and poke it around. I finally find it.
Yep.
Well, I've got a little bit of that, what we call two belly disease. My belly done lapped over the belt, that kind of thing.
Disease is what I would.
And so I sit on my chair, my stool, at the end of the front end of the CNC, and
Yeah.
as I'm doing things, and I dropped a nut that I needed, and I didn't see where it fell, and I looked all over the floor. I couldn't find it. And
Oh,
I
don't
got
you
my
worry. It's
magnet
in
out.
it's in a pile of sawdust.
I took my magnet out thinking that same thing. So I run that magnet all over the floor, and I found all kinds of crap, but not the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
said,
That's
where
it.
in the heck did it go? And I pulled back, moved the stool, and something told me to look right up underneath the CNC on the top of the bed and look underneath there. And lo and behold, there she was. It had
Yep.
bounced off that second belly and didn't make it to the floor. Right up underneath the CNC. And I thought, oh man, it's a little too far to reach. So pull that magnet out and shove it in there.
Story
I spent
of
10,
my
15
life.
minutes looking on the floor for that thing.
Yeah, I've crawled all over the floor looking, feeling and looking for stuff, and then realized that it didn't even fall off the table. It just rolled off into one of my T-tracks.
Oh, that's happened to me.
But I
God
don't
knows
see
how.
it. I glance at the table and I don't see it, and I'm like, well, it must have fell off, and I'll crawl all over the place, and then realize
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, I do that too whenever my back starts hurting.
T-track. I clean out my T-tracks every now and then. On the Gatton that I'm using as a workstation when I was building this, that I wasn't even using the Gatton for like 2 months, I decided to clean out 3 or 4 of the T-tracks closest to where I normally sit when I'm doing this show. Sure enough, I must have found half a dozen of those little bits easily. That's where it was. And I keep buying more. That Amazon loves me for that.
I bet they do. Well, I counted them up this afternoon. I got a few more to go through, but I'm looking at about just over 100 models that I've already put together and ready to go.
Nice.
So all I got to do is get out there and cut them.
I saw that. What was it? God of Armor or something?
Armor of God and Flame. Those are new models that just come out recently, and I thought it would look real good with that. So I done them together, and man, it looked pretty snazzy.
Oh, and let me say hello to Paul Stewart. He said hello, and Michael Bell. Sorry. I always like to acknowledge. See, I'm Dave. You know this about me, and you feel the same way, I guess. I have unsubscribed and stopped watching shows that they just don't acknowledge their audience. It's like I didn't tune into a chat show. Why are you going to have a chat if you're going to basically talk amongst yourselves and not invite any input or anything else? So I mean, you guys, you can call me on it if you ever see me ignoring you. Feel free to call me on it. But
you just two more popped in there, Glenn Bell and Poppy's Woodshed.
Yep, I see Glenn and Poppy. How's it going, Mervin? And Glenn there from Alpena, northeastern Michigan. Yeah, I wonder how that. I really wonder how that name came about. It's like maybe there was this girl a long time ago, and she wanted to speak to her boyfriend. She wanted a new boyfriend, and she got a call, and then the mother goes, "Hey, it's for you, honey." And he goes, "Who is it?" It's Mitch. Mitch again.
Mitch again.
I think it has something to do with that. I'm pretty sure. That
had to be.
It's Mitch again. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I wonder how that name. let me tell you that show, how the states got their names, and the other one, the how the states got their shapes, and those kind of shows. Those are incredibly interesting shows. Like there was one on I forgot which one. Where is it that has the Hatfields and the McCoys? Is that Kentucky and or Tennessee and
somewhere over there? Yeah,
I think it's Tennessee and North Carolina. I don't remember how it is, but
yeah, Virginia, West Virginia, somewhere in there probably.
yeah, but it had a lot to, and the reason why the state was the way it was because of that, and there was another one because of the river, and there was another one because of it's just amazing. I mean, because you're naturally thinking because of the river you'll get a shape, but other people or other ones are. How gerrymandering got its name because it looked like a salamander. I mean, and it was just those kind of shows are just fascinating for me. I don't know why. I like it. Oh, first time he's heard that one. I don't know if
I kind of doubt that.
I don't know if he's being sarcastic or I would think sarcasm.
Yeah.
Because I might be original, but not when it comes to that, I suppose. But yeah, I'm telling you. Oh, you were going to say something about the cameras, Russ, or?
Just don't get me to thinking about it now. It's been too long.
Oh, okay.
I forgot all about if I was or not.
Yeah, it was funny because I still remember back to the cameras here. So the chronology as it stands is I got some cameras way back when they were 960p. That's when that was the top quality. And from Swan, the maker was Swan. And they are still in the box at my house, waiting for me to set it up. I probably set them up here at the house here, and then I set up. I bought a whole new set for here. The 4-camera setup from Harbor Freight with 8 cameras, but they came with 4, and I was very happy with it. And I was showing Dave, and Dave goes, I got that same one. It's been sitting around my house for a year or two. And then he enjoyed
been every bit of a year. It'd been sitting in a box.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I was showing off the camera and saying, so easy to use. And so he got motivated and he hooked up his for more than anything for the CNC. But once you got going, forget it. You might as well put some out front, put some out back, watch the dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Watch the neighbors. Peek, zoom in on the youngins, on the millennials while they're no
watching the fire.
It's not that good of a camera. Yeah, really. But anyway, so I was thinking about that the first time I mean now I'm really enjoying these cameras, and I told you recently what I did for you guys out there if you're ever thinking of putting these things outside. See, I got and at a long distance because my lake is somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 feet away from my container. So I first bought those 100-foot extension cables with the BNC and the power plug. And that was fine, except it lasted maybe a month or two before the water they started corroding because of the 12 volts reacting with the water, and they're not and I run over them with the mower, so they're not very, very sturdy. One of the cables went bad, so I lost image. So I bought, for those of you guys listening, I think you guys know this story. I bought a Cat 5 cable, 500 feet of it, just laid it out because I'll bury it later, but I laid it out from here to there, and I attached 2 ends on it, 2 Cat 5 ends. And I bought one of these Cat 5 to, it comes with BNC audio and video connectors for CCTV cameras. One's female, one's male, the power. And I bought a set of 8 for like $40, something like that. It was great. Well, I connected them, and they worked for maybe a month. Again, the water, once you get one drop on 2 of those contacts on the connector of the and it doesn't take even a rainstorm. It was the dew is more than enough. So what's the next step? The next thing I did was I cut the connector. You know, the best one that worked so far was the extension cables, but they were they only lasted 3 months and they were a little weak. But then what I did was I cut the ends off the Ethernet, right, the Cat 5, and I bought myself a set of, get this, breakout cables for power and for a BNC. So they have a BNC connector on one side and 2 terminals that you just wire it. And that's exactly what I did. I put I used 4 pairs of wires for the 2 connections. And the next day it was pouring rain, and sure enough, one of them started going bad. So I go, you know what? Took my hot glue gun out there, glued up the terminals. Haven't had an issue since. It's been a month, and everything is performing solid. No loss of power, no loss of signals. So that's my current and hopefully permanent solution. I am going to bury the cables whenever I can, but in the meantime, it is what it is. So if you ever want to run long distance, 500 feet is pushing it, but it works.
Did you are you subscribed to MF Woodshop?
Yeah.
Did you see his video the other day?
No. That's usually the answer for me. Am I subscribed to him? Yes. Did I see his video? No. The only time that's not the answer is if it's Dave Gatton, Frank Howarth. I think that's it.
All right.
I try to see others, but it's just there's never enough time.
All right. Well,
what did he do?
Well, I subscribed to him. And
Mike Fulton, by the way, for all of you listening out there.
Yeah, that's MF Woodshop. He was doing a review on a camera. I don't recall the brand, but it's similar to the Zosi or whatever, you know, where he got it. It was one of those kind of cameras. And he didn't like it.
Oh.
But what he said was that he didn't like it because it was just one camera. It didn't have a DVR thing with it. All it had was an app that you could download, and then that's how you could see it, is on your phone.
Oh, I've got one of those similar kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, he didn't like it because it was, he said it had the 12-volt power supply, and he wanted to replace some light that he had that ran off 110.
Right.
And anyway, he didn't like it because it had the power supply thing, the little wall wart type thing, and he didn't want to put that outside and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was telling him about the system that you and I have, and I said, if it's the way I think it is, because it looked like it had the BNC connectors and that, same kind of setup like what ours has.
Yep.
I said you could have just bought a extension cable for the 12-volt part of it.
Yeah.
And plug that little power supply in anywhere in the house.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then run it out of there. But I guess he hadn't thought of that. But yeah, some company had sent it to him, and he was doing a review on it. But
well, this is one completed hobby box. You've got the speed controller here. Let's show you guys the close-up here. It's the manual spindle controller. You got the on-off switch. You can turn on and off your spindle. It doesn't have to be connected to a hobby box. This is completely independent. And this is for your speed control, 24,000 to 0. And it connects to 5 different connectors. It comes labeled. One of them will be VI. One of them will be 10 volt. One of them is or VR. 10 volts is VR, same thing. One of them's ground. One of them goes to ACM, DCM, and VO. I've got the labels. They're going to be placed on here so you guys know. For the Huan Yang or whatever. It's, the one that everybody buys, that VFT. In case you're interested, it's on my store, hobby.com/store. Huan Yang. I can't even pronounce it, but we buy them.
Any more news on your new mount there, Dave?
No, I've been slacking. You see it, it's still sitting right there.
Yeah.
But I haven't even done any more with it. But I gotta finish getting that mounted up, and I can't even run that machine yet because I keep thinking. I started putting it together, and I'm like, I don't have any spare Acme nuts and couplers and stuff like that. I've got stepper motors and all that stuff, but I don't have anything. But I'll get around to finishing it one of these days.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep, I got lots of those round two-its.
Well, give him one, will you?
Oh, they don't work. I tried. I tell everybody, look, I'll do it when I get around to it. I got so many. I've been making so many round two-its. That's the only thing I get around to.
David, I'm not sure how you say his last name. Eichler?
Eichler?
Says it's interesting. I don't think there are too many CNCs in Michigan.
Oh, yeah. Let me catch up on the Michigan thing. I think Michigan got its name from the Indian translation of what we call Lake Michigan. Big Getchagumi? Big Getchagumi. Big Getchagumi. Let's see. That sounds interesting. Waterproof box. No. Waterproof box. If you're talking about this one, no. The spindle
camera.
For the camera, yeah. Yes. Oddly enough, funny you should say that. Let me move a spindle box or two because I just happen to have everything within easy reach. Oh, wonderful Amazon. Allow me to show you one of my 20 or 30 most recent purchases this last week. All right, so here it is. It's a waterproof box. I'm going to, and I hope none of you arborist guys are here, I'm going to screw this onto a tree outside. I got plenty of them. Don't worry about it. There's 168 trees. There's 168 trees on my property. I could afford to have one die. No. So anyway, this is a nice little waterproof box. And what I'm going to do with it on top of it is, again, with the hot glue after, and I'm going to have the cables coming out the bottom. So obviously it doesn't come up. And again, hot glued. And that's only for the, allow me to show you where is my camera. I also have a spare camera here lying around in the mess of this stuff that I haven't. LCD projector, got everything here but the kitchen sink.
You're not going to find it quick enough.
Hang on a second. I got everything here but the kitchen.
Here's wife's coming, buddy, and I got to go.
No, give me a second. Oh.
My wife.
Oh, you. Go. Okay, have a good one. See you later, Russ.
See you, Russ.
Hang on.
Yeah, Russ is Teresa was back, so he had to make it out of there. And Javi cut out on us too, I guess.
Yeah, I was telling you guys I had everything here but the kitchen sink, but don't worry, I found it. Oh, sorry. Wasn't the kitchen sink I was looking for. That
looks familiar.
Yeah, doesn't it? I got this from Mr. Dave Gatton. Still haven't put it together. I need another round to it. Hang on a second. I had it out here. I know I did. And it was within easy reach. And now it's not.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for one of the cameras. Oh, there it is. Right there. Exactly where I left it, but under a pile of stuff that I left on top of it. So for those of you, two things happened to the camera. The camera was perfectly fine. This thing's weatherproof. It's meant to be weatherproof. That one's fine. However, and this switch is meant to be weatherproof. These cables, unfortunately, are what I have to stick inside this thing. But I found something else out. I have to stick the switch inside this thing. By the way, these Zosi cameras, they're like many of these cameras, you have a switch that it's 4 different ways that you set it for either TVM or AVM, ADL, HD. There are different modes that you can operate in. Well, here's what happened to mine. Apparently, some little creature, you'll notice there, the rubber was bitten off by some kind of rodent or some animal or some squirrel. I guess they thought there was a nut inside the thing, and now it's compromised for water. So this one, I'm going to stick it in some rice because it's still a little waterlogged, and when I plug it in, the menu comes up and it doesn't give me a clear picture. So I bought another one and replaced it. But I'm going to make sure to put in all the connectors and everything and leave nothing but 2 wires, one in, one out, and have a nice day, because I've had it with trying to come up with ways to make connectors waterproof. Let's see. Yeah. Thank you, Mervin. It's in the last place I look. That is absolutely correct. It is always in the last place you look. And I can't believe somebody asked me once, they actually had the gall to ask me, Mr. Sarcasm, why is it always in the last place you look? And they were serious. I said, what type of intelligence would have to be that low that after you find something, you continue looking for it? Because if you are that person, I'm terribly sorry. You should lock yourself up in an asylum, because I found my pair of pliers. Let me put these aside and let me continue looking over there for these set of pliers, because I don't want it to be in the last place I looked. How's it going, Troy? How's everything? Let's see. It's interesting. I don't think there are too many CNCs in Michigan. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've shipped quite a few up there, so I don't know whether they built them or not, but I shipped them.
Yep. That's true. Just because you shipped them doesn't mean they built them. More often than not, they didn't. It's slightly different with me. I mean,
Troy's in chat now. He's in Michigan, I think.
Ah, there you go. Okay, next spindle controller. As I knock everything else over. Here we go. Zip. Ah. Yep. Work in progress here in Michigan.
Yeah, I don't think he's finished his machine yet.
Oh, machine. Gotcha.
But there's no, it's not a race.
Yep. But if you want to finish it quickly and you need a controller, I got a guy.
Glenn Helwig says he's guilty, so he's in Michigan too.
Yep. I hear you.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have my. I'm sorry.
I was reading Troy's comment. He says Jim Senecola is willing to V-carve the Gatton logo on my X, but there is issues at his homestead due to that flooding. Those dams got messed up.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, Troy, I was thinking about I might come up with an option for some folks that want to put a Gatton CNC logo on their gantry and don't have a thing. I've recently purchased a vinyl cutter where I can do vinyl lettering and stuff, like decals. So I was thinking maybe I would make something like that and make it available for folks that didn't have another CNC around where they could get it carved in there like that. And it's not a requirement to put that on there, but I know a lot of folks like to put it on there. I appreciate when they put it on there because, I do like it.
It is cool. It is indeed cool. Okay. I love these. I'm going to go to Harbor Freight and get a bunch more of these little clamps because they are just so helpful. Nothing like these helping hands. Oh, my back. I'm telling you. People say I'm almost at the end of my rope. Or I'm almost at the end of my solder wheel. Look at this. Woo! This is how many hobby boxes I have done. It is almost
the last little bit.
That's the last little bit of the. Well, I've got 2 more rolls, but yeah, that's the last little bit of this solder. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, that's a great idea, Steve. I am gonna do that. I'm gonna get some silicone sealer as opposed to the hot. I just did the hot glue because it was quick and I had it handy. But you're absolutely right. Silicone would be better. It's more flexible and not gonna have an issue with it in the future.
I don't know if Russ will be back when he gets back home or not.
Yeah. We've all been there. The wife.
Yep.
You escaped.
Yeah, but it it was expensive. It was an expensive breakout. That's all I can say. You can't get off scot-free. That's
Scot-free. Mm. That's funny.
Poppy's Woodshed says amen.
Oh, yeah. So funny. The last of the solder.
Man, somebody didn't give you a thumbs down over there.
Oh, really?
What the heck?
Oh,
Thumbs up and one thumbs down.
oh, they got problems.
Yeah.
That was probably. I have a feeling. I know it's most likely. Most likely, it was one of the people that last time I was on. There were a few trolls.
Oh, you hit big time.
Yeah, that's what I figure. When trolls are giving you thumbs down, I'm in the big leagues now.
Yeah.
So I mean that's basically what happened. They were all pissed off. Well, they're all blocked, so they're angry because their comment basically made me take them off. So, oh, too bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose so much sleep over it. Okay, maybe not.
Looks like the Patricks is out there.
Hey, Patricks. How goes the man, the myth, the legend, the Patricks? Where did I put my hot glue gun? There it is.
Hey, Patrick, have you done it? I know you're big into 3D printing stuff. Have you got into resin printing? I don't know if that's a new thing or not. I saw a video on it the other day, and it's
what's her face? Ashley from our group does that, and it's pretty
slow. Is it as slow as the other kind of 3D printing?
No, it's a little bit faster.
Really?
But yeah, but it's I don't know. It's very specific. I mean, Because I see with stuff she prints, and if it's not small or tiny, then I would not want to use that technique on it. Well, it's really cool. It's cool to watch because it's you dunk it in the resin. I mean, you're in the. It looks like it's underwater, and then the thing rises and it prints from the top down. If I'm not mistaken, my mind is a little iffy right now.
I haven't watched any videos to see anything being printed.
Patrick just said it. It's for smaller stuff, but the details incredible.
Okay, yeah. Sounds like something you need to get into, Patrick. Just saying.
If I know Patrick and his response, he's going to say something like, well, feel free to buy me a 3D printer and I'll be happy to get into it. Just ship it on over to the Patricks.
If you would put out videos, Patrick, somebody might send you one. That's what happened to me. I bought that first 3D printer and did, I think, 2 videos of an unboxing and a kind of a review. And the next thing I know, that Chinese company or whatever it was wanting to send me an Ender 3. They sent me one for nothing.
And personally, Dave, I think that's a hell of a lot of work just to get an Ender 3. But if you're doing it already, it's definitely worth it.
Well, actually, let me go look at that video. Because after I got, they sent it to me and I was, did an unboxing video on it and a review video. And
yeah.
Let me go look and see how many views that video has.
Did it end up getting a lot or you don't know?
Yeah. I mean, it continues to get a pretty good bit. Let's see. Yeah, here's my Ender Creality Ender 3 review. I did it says 2 years ago. I don't remember exactly when I did it. Now the unboxing and assembly only got 6,600 views, but the review is rolling on at 95,000 views.
Oh wow!
I don't even have it anymore. But I get people. Let's see if I can find somebody.
Patrick says videos. What are those?
Yeah. I get notifications every once in a while, somebody, and I'm like, man, I don't even have that thing anymore.
Yeah.
I was my career as a 3D printer was very short-lived.
Yeah.
Thankfully. But yeah, I did it. It's been right at 2 years. I did it June 9th, 2018, and it's got over 95,000 views. Go figure. Well, yeah, Patrick, if you do start doing you some 3D print videos, and in those videos say, man, I sure would like to get into resin printing. Next thing you know, one of those things will show up at your door.
It's just that easy. Well, it is for Patrick. He's got what, 9 or 10,000 at least viewers. Must be nice to be monetized.
Did he have more than that?
I don't know. It must be nice. Maybe 12. I don't know. It must be nice to be monetized. Let's see. He hasn't put out videos in a while, so he might be up to 15 by now. Because that's the way it works. If you put out a video, you lose 900 people.
I'm looking him up here. says here he's got. Wait a minute. Is this the same Patrick's Workshop? Because this one's got 30.
Oh, there it is, 33.7. He just put it. Yeah.
33.7.
Oh, there you go. There you go. If I had that kind of, I'd be putting out videos a lot. But I mean, maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't.
And if I saw that right, I think it said he had 55 videos. Man, that's amazing.
Well, he had that one that was really cool. Well, he had a few that hit big, like the taking a basically making a cyclone dust collector out of a traffic cone.
Oh, yeah. That one's got 636,000 views.
Yeah. I mean, there were a few big ones there. I don't know what his big ones are.
I was thinking he had more than 9 or 10,000, but dang, 33.7.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
And he hadn't even done a video in 2 years.
I know. It's a beautiful thing.
Dang.
Imagine how much money would be pouring in if he did. But Patrick is
See, I've only got a few more subscribers than that, and I've got like 400 or 500 videos counting the live streams.
Patrick has one big issue that I suffer from it a little. My daughter suffers from it a lot, and that is, and a lot of us have this, is that level. You got to have that level of perfectionism. It either has to be perfect or I'm not putting it out, that kind of thing. And so sometimes you go, at least with me, something has to be perfect or I'm not going to put it out. And then that leads me to just spend more time on it, never quite reaching perfection because there's no such thing. And then I end up not finishing it. That's my problem. But with Patrick, if you look at all his videos, he meticulously edits them. I mean, I've only been in his. I mean, I've known him for a few years, and I've seen some of the videos when he was producing them, and he doesn't stop. It's like he looks at the video about 30 times. This is wrong. Can be better. So he always tweaks, and he'll spend weeks tweaking a video. Which, well, he's got 33K. So I mean, I
guess it's paid off for him.
It's paid off, but on the other hand, it gets to be a burden. Because I mean, like, I'm sure. I mean, aside from the fact that he may not have time, I'm sure he doesn't want to continue doing videos because it is so time consuming to get it right, and you can't, and I know him, he's not going to put out schlock. He's not going to put out anything crappy just to put something out. That's just not him. So.
Yeah, see, I'm not that meticulous, and it shows in my videos. I can shoot them, edit them, upload them, and release them all within a few hours.
And I'm all over the map. I mean, there are some of my videos are just perfect. Other videos are just like get it out there, no editing whatsoever. Yeah. Lucky if it even has a title.
I don't think I ever have really spent a whole lot of time editing.
Well, you don't have to.
The time I spend, it's still not going to be a polished video. It's still dumb old Dave.
Well, that's just it. You spent your time on developing the actual CNC and the bench plans and all the other items that are the subject of the video, and the video itself, the editing doesn't really need to be that good if the content is good. I mean, I have seen, when I was researching well videos to dig my well, there was a bunch of really well done videos, but they didn't show me anything I need to see. They didn't teach me anything new. And there was this one guy a redneck from West Virginia in the backwoods country that basically used the most basic tools. That he was the most informative person when I could understand them. And his video was all over the place. But guess what? I watched that one many times, and most of all because it just so happened to have the information that I needed. Sometimes that's the way it rolls.
Yeah, I've been looking for something. I saw it the other day, and I thought that I knew the person who did the video on it, but now I'm not sure if that was him or not. But I watch so many videos when I'm trying to learn something new.
Yeah.
And then I thought, now I know I've seen somebody do this, so let me go find it. But it's been so long ago. I've watched so many videos, I don't remember who did.
Did you go back to your history?
Well, I mean, it would have been
months ago.
I watched a lot of videos.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because I don't watch much TV. There's nothing but crap on TV.
Oh, so I hear you. I hear you.
Over to YouTube on the TV, with the app on the TV, and go through and find something to watch.
The other day, I was trying to find something on the TV, and actually, something. No, it wasn't. It was last time I was on here. I tried to find something to talk about, some news to talk about that was not related to the riots and not related to COVID. Yeah, and I'm out of luck. I'm out of luck because there was nothing. I mean, in times like this, some people turn to sports. Or if there's a hurricane going on, well, that's the best thing that can happen because, and I got to tell you, it's got to the point that, I'm almost wishing for a hurricane, and God forbid. But, I mean, because, it's at least it's something entertaining. No, it's
Clyde Labonte's in the house.
Hey, Clyde, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, but
I had to laugh the other night because I caught the tail end of the NASCAR race. I'm sorry, I shouldn't.
No one in the stands?
No, not that. But it's like they're outside.
Yeah. In
the great outdoors.
Right.
But the guy that goes down to do the interview, he's got the mask on, and he's got this long, 6-foot long boom with the mic to interview the driver. And I'm like, dude, you're outside.
Yeah, and then here's the best part: the driver
kissing the guy. You're outside,
and the driver sneezes on the mic, and then the next one he interviews catches COVID.
I don't know. Like I said, I know it's a serious thing, but I'm like, come on, people.
Let's see. ARRL Field Day, June 27th, 28th. And if you need something to do, that's always something. American Radio Relay League. I haven't done an ARRL event in ages. But it's something to do, like you said. Oh, well. So, folks, I'm going to be calling it a night. You guys all, thank you all for showing up. Oh, my goodness, 15. Holy cow. I got a lot of watchers out there. I usually get 10 to 12. You guys all have a wonderful evening. And I put together a couple of the Spindle controllers here. It's nothing more than a 10K pot switch with a regular switch with an on-off switch, wired properly, and some fancy panel mounts, and got a magnet on it and all this. But it's all fully wired, and all you have to do is connect it to your spindle, and your spindle is operated by remote wherever you want, because a lot of people have their spindle, as I do, way in the back, out of the way, and you're not going to be going over there to adjust the thing or anything. And so it's nice to have a little remote, little magnetic box. I know Dave likes his, a little magnetic box, and just put it anywhere you like, and you turn on and off your spindle and such. So made a few of those today, and I'll be shipping them out to the most recent customers that ordered them. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I will possibly see you on Wednesday. Possibly, I say, because it's my anniversary, so the wife and I may be going out to dinner or something. So you guys have a wonderful evening, and if anything, I might see you guys on Friday. And if not, certainly on Dave's show. So you guys have a great night, and good night. Thank you for watching.
See you, everybody. I think he hit the wrong button.